Hello world. Curious question. Do only women wipe? Let me explain. When women go to the toilet, I'm sure most people know this, they wipe. After they wee, they wipe. I'd like to know, do men wipe? Why do I ask? Less than 20 years ago, around that, a woman taught me about wiping. I always knew that women did it, but I was never brought up to do it as a man, as a boy, as a male. And ever since that time, whenever I've urinated, whenever I've taken a piss, whenever I've weed, I have wiped afterwards. Bit of tissue, wipe. And it's not something I've ever seen another man do, to my knowledge, other than myself. It's become a thing, it's just a natural thing to me. Whenever I wee, urinate, go to the toilet, piss, I wipe. And, wipe any drips get wiped before it goes back in my underwear, back in my pants, back in my trousers, whatever. It's just become a thing. It's just something I have to do now if I go to the toilet. I actually look for tissue if I'm going to take a piss. I like to have a bit, even if I'm going to piss behind a tree, behind a bush, I like to know I've got a bit of tissue in my pocket just so I can wipe. A woman taught me that a long time ago, and I've never stopped doing it since. It's become a thing that I just have to do now. And I am curious to know. I know that, well, as far as I know, every woman wipes. Tell me if I'm wrong. After they wee. I don't know men to do it. If you're a man that wipes after you wee, let me know. I'd be interested. Again, curious question. I'd be interested to know. I don't know any other guy that wipes after he wees. There's probably, there may be others. I'm just curious to know. It's one of those curious questions. So let me know. I mean, it just makes sense to me. I don't know how I would have gone through life without that now. It just makes sense. I don't know. I feel good. I feel good when I wipe, and I put my stuff back in my trousers dry. You know what I mean? Like, it's not dripping, it's not leaking. You know what I mean? It's just a nicer experience. The same reason a woman would wipe is the same reason I think a man should wipe. It just works for me. So yeah, just would love to know if I'm the only guy in the universe who wipes after he wees. It's a woman's thing to wipe, you know what I mean? It's not a man's thing to wipe, but it makes so much sense, I don't like to go put myself back in my pants dripping of pee, of wee, of urine. It just doesn't make any sense to me anymore, now that I've been schooled by a woman on this better way, long time now, but I've never left it. I've never stopped doing it. I do it now all the time. Like I said, I would actually go and look for tissue, seek out tissue to wipe with if I don't have any on me. So yeah, just one of those things that nobody talks about. So yeah, just curious to know. Let me know. Let me know if only women wipe. If you're a wiper, comment wiper. For men or women. If you're a wiper, comment wiper. If you don't wipe, men or women, don't say anything, because you're disgusting. No, I'm joking. But no, I'd be interested to know. Oh, also, you may not want to say, but I'd be interested to know any women who don't wipe after they wee, urinate, pee, take a piss, take a slash, whatever you call it when you go to the toilet and do a number one. Yes. Any other wipers out there of the male persuasion? Be interested to know if you wipe or if you just don't. It's just cleaner to me. It's just drier. It's just a more pleasant experience to wipe after you wee. Do only women wipe? That's the question for today. Am I the only male out there in the wide universe who wipes after he wees? Please share. And women, your guys, husbands, boyfriends, sons, do they wipe? Do they wipe after they wee? Do you know whether or not? And don't you think, if they don't you think it's just more hygienic, more pleasant, more clean? You know what I mean? Just better, Because, when urine dries, it's not the greatest fragrance in the world, So to walk around like that all day, especially in this weather, my friends, nah. It's just better. It's just better. Do you wipe after you wee? I say in around 20 years, there's a few times I've been caught out. And I say a few because I will go out of my way so that I don't have to have that uncomfortable experience. Because that's what it is for me now, you know? An uncomfortable experience. Truly. Just unpleasant in my mind. Unpleasant physically and unpleasant in my mind. I've just become that way. I've just been conditioned in my mind that way because I've done it for so long. And the few, and I literally mean few. Few to me is 3. I always see few as 3, you know, or around that. You know, I don't know where I get that from. But anyway, the few times that I have been caught out and absolutely cannot and have not had any other alternative than to not wipe afterwards, it's been excruciating. Maybe I'm exaggerating, but it's never been a pleasant experience for me. It bothers me. It actually bothers me. And so I make a concerted effort to always have tissue with me, pretty much like a woman. Guaranteed a woman 99% of the time, I'm going to say 99% of the time, has tissue on her person. In her bag, in her purse, in her pocket, whatever. She's got some tissue. And if she doesn't, someone she's with, she knows, has tissue. But yeah, I'm the same now. I've always got tissue in my bag. For the most part, I've always got my bag. And outside of that, there'll be tissue in my pocket. And outside of that, I will find somewhere that has tissue. And it's just the way it is now, just a part of life. A part of life to wipe. And that's it. Curiosity question. I mean, these are the things no one talks about. No one talks about these things. If they do, tell me where. Tell me where. It's probably a woman conversation, a conversation that women have, I could imagine, about guys who are disgusting because they don't wipe. Well, who knows? I'm not there when they're having their women girly conversations, guys. They may be talking about you, saying how you don't wipe and you're disgusting, and they're not. Anyway, I'll leave that with you. I mean, you know, it's just not a conversation that tends to come up with myself and guys and friends, male friends, you know, other guys. It's not a conversation we tend to have. You know what I mean? So, I don't know whether they do or not. I just know I've been in various male toilets in my life, throughout my life, in the company of other men, all weeing, and I've never seen another man wipe. So, yeah, you know, this is why I have the burning question. The burning question that only you can answer. You know, when you put your bits back in your pants or your knickers or your underwear, you know, is it wiped or is it wet? Ugh. Ugh. You know, and the idea is just not that foreign to me, you know. I was most of my life raised by and with females, you know, great-grand, mum, you know what I mean? So, around women a lot. So, you know, to have a woman, you know, bring that to my attention, you know, it wasn't a foreign thing to me. I adopted that straight away because it made sense, you know? So, yeah, it's just a part of my life now. Just a part of my life. It's a part of my life. A necessary, essential part of my life. Even women know, because I've had the conversations, you know, there were those few times when you're just stuck. You're just been left out there, man. You just ain't got no tissue. You just ain't got no tissue. Bottom line, and there's nothing you can do about it at all. You just have to swallow that one and do the thing you don't want to do, which is not wipe after you wee. And it just happens. It happens. But we know the feeling. We know the feeling, what it feels like to be without tissue. And so we make sure we have some tissue at the bottom of our bag somewhere. A little piece, maybe used before for something else, whatever. But we will have some tissue aside somewhere for that purpose. So it's only once in a blue moon, literally, that we will be caught out. We are wipers. We're wipers. We wipe. Women, I'm with you. I am with you, women. I'm a man, but I'm with you. I'm with you on that one. Wiping after you wee is necessary. It's not even a question for me nowadays. Not even a question. The only question I have is, do only women wipe?